My name is Vrinda Mamundi, and I am the founder of a performance marketing firm in the Valley of the Sun, Arizona. Go Suns! Our focus is when any advertiser or any marketer or any business spends money, our focus is, as you heard in the first session, ROI. What can we do in terms of messaging, in terms of creative, in terms of strategy, optimizations, to make sure that you are getting way more return on your ad spend or your marketing spend. So without further ado, some statistics, because that's how we start. So according to HubSpot, ad fatigue focuses or occurs when people really get bored with any kind of ads. Like, how many of you here shop at Amazon? Right, show of hands, please. Yeah. So if you don't buy something, you know how Jeff Bezos follows you around? That's kind of creepy, but it's kind of tuned us as people and as purchasers to kind of go blind to such advertising. And our ad campaigns become less effective. Users don't move down the sales funnel like we planned. And ultimately, as we spoke, hurts our bottom line. We need money out of this. We need sales. So when we speak of ad banners and ad fatigue, what do we really think? Billboards? Any input? Our ads these days show everywhere. So it's not necessarily just an ad. It's not necessarily just video. It's not necessarily just a radio host saying something. It's even your social media, your profiles on social media that really is a representation not just of you and your brand, but also a platform in the sense of an ad and has the same kind of an impact in many ways. So here are some numbers. Videos, and as we heard earlier today, YouTube is the second largest search engine. You'd think Bing would be, but wah, wah, wah. So video shared 1,200% more than text and links combined. And then adding videos to your email marketing actually increases click rates by 300% and open rates by 73%. Who wouldn't want that? How many of our emails just go into spam, not spam, but how many of them go unopened? A significant chunk for some of us, right? So we need to get more creative on how can we reach these people and how do we get our ad or our message or our promotion or the benefit of our brand and our product in front of these people. Some more numbers. Sorry, that got cut off. But 70% of users ignore. They ignore sponsored searches because like we heard in the panel earlier from Carrie, people don't understand the difference for the most part. The regular user doesn't understand the difference between organic and paid. And so a lot of them just get ignored, How is it that people are ignoring these ads, but then it's predicted that ad spend is going to increase to $375 billion? How is that possible? People are ignoring, but businesses and brands still choose to spend that, right? It's because a lot of brands that have identified the formula of success for themselves have hit the nail on the head and continue to leverage that. And it's not rocket science. So a lot of us also, when we do, how many of you here do Facebook marketing or Instagram marketing? Yeah, decent chunk of you guys. A lot of you, how many of you actually take into consideration not just demographic information, but more psychographic and behavioral information? Yeah, so that was almost cut by half. That's a key metric. Do we know that, if I am your target audience, yeah, I'm a woman who is, from India, who's got her education XYZ, who makes so much, who lives in so-and-so zip codes, all of that's fine, but how do I interact with you is more important, and that's the information that you need to dive into as well. 88% of customers who search for local businesses will actually go and visit that business or make some kind of interaction with that business. So you don't need to have a website, but at least be online these days, right? It's important, especially after the last year that we had. Gosh, that was horrible. So how do you identify and how do you measure ad fatigue? Like, now we know people getting bored, they're not watching our ads. We know, how do we know that? And what are the telltale signs that we need to fix something, right? The engagement's lower, Our click-through rates are lower depending on the type of ads you're running. Ultimately, conversion rate, so the desired action you want from that ad is really not progressing, or it's declining. Okay, that's a red flag. Lower impressions, because many a times these algorithms, it's a numbers game, right? Like the panel was talking about ethics and numbers, but the algorithms, it's a numbers game for the most part. You get how many likes do you have, how many people follow you, how much of that is engagement. So if you're not getting that, you're not going to be shown as much, plain and simple, right? And then ultimately your return on ad spend or marketing spend, right? That has to keep growing. You can't stay stagnant if you're putting in more money. So this is an interesting, point, is effective conditioning. How many of you have or remember any kind of laundry detergent ad? What do you see? Do you see kids? Do you see flowers? Do you see birds? Do you see green pastures? That has nothing to do with laundry. Nothing whatsoever. But marketers use effective conditioning because they want to train your mind to think of a brand with something that you like. And that's one pro tip of making your ad successful. Get something that people like. Like, we had someone who had 600,000 followers on LinkedIn. They post nothing about their brand, but they post kittens, and kittens are always, aww, So speaking of effective conditioning, we skipped. There was a video there, and so Budweiser, and I don't know why the video isn't showing up, but Budweiser, for Super Bowl, had this ad of this puppy, right? This puppy and this horse and this friendship. How many of you remember that? Super Bowl ads. I would highly recommend YouTube it, say Budweiser puppy horse ad. Anything with puppies, right? But it's so crazy because beer in that ad is shown once at the end. Everything else is the story of this puppy and this horse and how this puppy gets lost and the horse finds it, and it's all about friendship. There's no conversation about hops, about the beer, nothing. But it was one of the best commercials during Super Bowl time that Budweiser does it. And Budweiser since then has always stuck to that formula of effective conditioning. People respond to puppies, people respond to horses and animals, and a man in rural America, let's do it. And it's been their formula for success. The other thing is humor, right? This is probably my favorite slide here. Wendy's and McDonald's. It is hilarious how this brand, Wendy's, has challenged. Who doesn't like competition? Come on now. Right? Healthy competition, especially when it's there for the whole wide world to see. I mean, what's Twitter for anyway, right? But it's crazy how Wendy's roasts McDonald's, and not just McDonald's. Wendy's will roast anyone. Wendy's has a reputation for that on Twitter. But people go and follow them and choose to be their ardent fans because they set this tonality to it. It is hilarious. Your tweets are as broken as your ice cream machine. Come on now. This is hilarious. So sense of humor, right? Having that. We can all speak about color psychology in ads. We can speak about phrases to use in ads, right, to get more click-through. But ultimately, what do people want if they're watching you, if they're following you? They want to feel good. And sense of humor, especially in this past 1 year, we all know, Lord, we need this, right? And then be real. Hulk can get an ouchie too, right? He's good, he's strong, he's mighty, but he can get an ouchie. Band-Aid, this stood out to me like, I was like, yeah, even my daddy had an ouchie. My mommy gets ouchies, I get ouchies, I want a Band-Aid. And then they go and they put all those little cartoon characters on them, and then, oh, you're sold. Your kid wants that Band-Aid only. Not the plain white one, not the plain brown one, that one with the pink fairy or the blue monster or whatever else it may be. I don't have kids, so. And Inspire, I'm sorry, I don't know why the videos aren't showing here, and I was so excited to actually show you this. Nike has an amazing set of ads that they do, and this one was finding people from around the world, right? Finding people, regular athletes, not athletes Of course, they do sign big athletes too for a bunch of money, but even regular people and kids. And I'm so sorry that the video is not coming up here, but they do an amazing job at inspiring people. You know, we go to our workplaces, we come back, we have families to feed, we have goals to reach. We want something to make us feel good, to inspire us, to tell us that, yes, we're doing a good job. Yes, we can do tomorrow. And we can kick ass tomorrow, right? Who doesn't like to be appreciated here? Any of you here? If I tell you, wow, that was amazing. You look amazing. You have amazing shoes. Wow, that tie is beautiful. Anybody gonna be like, oh my God, I don't like you. That's not cool. No, everybody loves to be appreciated, whether it is physically, whether it is for the way you think. And Nike does an amazing job at doing that, right? So again, with ads and banners, you have to have points that will touch people and be relevant to them and inspirational. We know, especially with all the digital clutter that we have today, how many of you here have inboxes that have 0 emails that are unread? Oh, we have 2 people at the back. That's scary. Sorry. No. But that is truly digital clutter, because at least for me, I know I have over 2,000 some emails, because I just go sign up for this promotion and that product and this, and I don't follow any of them. I don't even care to unsubscribe. Same thing with social media feeds, right? How many of us actually genuinely follow and get something out of the people that we follow? So we need to find points that trigger positive emotion to make ads memorable. Stand for something. Again, my apologies, I was so excited. Video's not showing, but Ben & Jerry's is also a very, very vocal brand. You either like them or you don't, right? Their ice creams are delicious too, but if you don't like their ads, you're probably not going to eat their ice cream. But they're very vocal about who they support. Politically, they're very vocal about the causes they support, right? There was this really, and you can tell that the budget for one of these ads was really not crazy. They literally had some of their ice cream melting, and they kind of correlated melting ice cream to climate change and how their brand supports that cause. Now, you may or may not believe in it. We're not getting into that. The idea is creativity doesn't have to be expensive. You know, we heard from one of our presenters earlier today, right, with, what was it, the Burberry coats, right, where you use content that people have posted. That's not very expensive. That's very creative. People want to be involved. People want to be heard. People want to be influencers. And if that means that my image is going to show on a Burberry ad, heck yeah, sign me up, right? Tom's does this too, where they say, buy a pair, we'll donate a pair. So they're very vocal about the causes they support, what they believe in. And it's not wrong to have something you stand for. We all have that, and our brands should too, because that's how people will resonate with us. If we're just going to be floof, maybe our ads will look all pretty, but I would like to see the numbers behind that and the data behind that. And then, do good, right? Domino's had this amazing campaign that they ran, I believe it was early 2000, like 2015, 16-ish. And this was really cool. If you look at their ad, I mean, their videos too, it's like this camera inside this pizza box, and the pizza's going nuts because the driver's going over potholes, and it's saying, well, your pizza's ruined. Don't blame us, blame the potholes. So what did? They decided to actually work with municipalities, paint their brands on their trucks, fill up potholes, and at the end of, on top of every pothole, what did? They branded it with the Domino's logo. And that was so cool, because then people in those municipalities, who do you think they would have gone to? Domino's or Pizza Hut? Domino's, for sure. You're helping my community, you're making the roads safer, and you have fun videos. And everywhere I look, it's just Domino's trucks And that's not how a Domino's delivery truck should look, right? So you're creating this kind of like, what has Domino's got to do with that? But it was ingenious to actually do something and help doing good. A lot of brands these days will really, really try so hard. They try so hard to go viral. You're not going to go viral if you actually put in a conscious effort. Just do something good. Inspire people, motivate people, encourage them to want to know more about what it is you're doing. Create some kind of, be a muse in a sense, right? Make them get more inquisitive about what it is you're doing. And for sure, you'll get there. Oh, yeah, what happened to the videos? Yes, please.
Delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
How cool is that? So at the end, I would like to just end this whole conversation by saying, in a world full of game players, the only way to set yourself apart is to be a game changer, right? Be different, be inspirational, be positive, because we can look at the numbers, and if you go after very analytically trying to code your ads, many a time you'll miss it, especially in today's social media age, digital age, where people are eating, what is it, cinnamon with what? With watermelon? That's the most recent challenge. I don't know how that caught on. What is wrong with people? But, oh well. So think about something that will inspire. Think about something that makes people feel good. Every time, and I actually, this thought came to my mind earlier today. Every morning, I get woken up with, I'm not going to use the news channel name, but one of this news channel where I asked for notifications. I didn't say they have to be negative. I kid you not, I have been counting this, and for 22 days continuously, the first headline I get is someone was dead, someone was killed, something fell, something crashed, someone shot a gun, and I'm like, Jesus, I do not want that. I don't want to wake up to that. So guess what I did? I just deleted them. I want something happy. So now I wake up to a joke a day, and it's amazing. And, kittens and puppies do work, and if done right, you will see that kittens and puppies will get you conversions, revenue, and a lot of followers throughout the life of the brand. Any questions? Any comments? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right? And you remember them for that. That's the whole point of an ad, is you want to be remembered. You want to be remembered, because if you're remembered, people will share you with everybody else, and everyone else goes, looks at things, and then what happens? They're going to come, someone's going to come to your social media, someone's going to come to your website, and you're going to have a new customer for the most part. Anything else? Sorry, I'm not trying to be a weirdo on screen, or on the stage here, but any other questions? Well, that's my time. I hope you found that helpful. I gave you some numbers before, and I was like, I didn't want to drown it in numbers. You guys can do your research. I know that. This is a qualified team here. So have a great rest of your day, guys.